I get asked on a regular basis, and I've never been invited to be on Rogan's show, but people regularly tell me I should go on. And I was like, even if he asked, I would say no. Um, Rogan is another person who I can't understand their popularity other than, people like weed. All he does is have on controversial, he has some decent guests on. I'm not going to say every guest is this way, because I know some scientists have gone on and he tries to do this, but Rogan is a clueless buffoon who doesn't know or understand anything.
Well, I doubt you wouldn't show up to Rogan's podcast if you were offered, but your narcissism needs to cope with the fact that outside of your little bubble, in this tiny microcosm of the internet, no one knows who you are or even cares. Which brings me to the last point you made about Rogan. Matt, let's back up here for a second. I've watched both you and Joe Rogan in discussion, and one thing is very easy to see, is that Joe Rogan is far more intelligent than you are. In fact, when it actually comes to discussing the subject matter, at least Joe can discuss it and follow along with experts. You, on the other hand, just go on opinionated rants filled with fallacies and are very careful not to get into any specific topic, especially if you have to back it up in any way. When you actually do, like with Slick or Jay Dyer or others, your reaction is very much so cringy. The reality is, despite the fact that you like to pretend to be someone on the internet, misleading your very young LGBTQ audience to be an expert, you have no degree in any area of study. Not philosophy, not science, not history, nothing. In fact, if it wasn't for YouTube, you'd probably be a supervisor at a grocery chain or a manager at McDonald's or something. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I think you should show a little humility at least when you're self-taught. The thing is, I can't help noticing the elephant in the room. Someone like you, who was confronted and demonstrated to know very little about any of the subject matter you carry on so arrogantly about, you are the Dunning-Kruger effect personified. I mean, come on, dude. You even think you're on the level of William Lane Craig. You, someone who has to have basic concepts of philosophy explained to him, who has been called out in more fallacies than anyone in debate I have ever seen, actually thinks that you can go toe-to-toe with one of the most renowned philosophers of our time. That's right, bud. He's not on the internet like you are trying to play pretend. William Lane Craig is a very real philosopher with real academic work, having over 200 publications. Matt, get over yourself. I mean, hell, you lack so much knowledge and capability to engage with information, there's a type of popular level informal fallacy named after you, the Dillahunty Dodge.